Hi, I'm Aiman. Welcome back to one of my videos. In this video, we're going to be testing our new Ninja Air Fryer on my mom's Karipaps. So, right here, we have these Karipaps. In English, they're curry puffs. They're very similar to samosas, but instead they have curry inside. So, my mom was taught by her mom on how to make this, and soon my mom's going to teach me how to make these, but I do help her in the kitchen with making these. Like, I peel the potatoes and she cuts them, and then I'll talk more about this while it's actually cooking. But before I get to that, we have to preheat this oven, or preheat this air fryer to 390 degrees, and set it to air fry, and set the time to 3 minutes to let it preheat. And then after that, we'll go off from there. And I'll talk more about Karipap. Oh, as you can see, the lighting got a bit darker because that's because it uses 1550 watts. Alright, see you in 3 minutes. Or actually, I'll just talk about it right now. So, talking about Karipap, this is actually the frozen version. At least from my experience, Karipap is a traditionally Malaysian dish. But that doesn't mean that everyone doesn't enjoy it. In fact, when I've had my friends over and my mom's cook Karipap, they absolutely love it. And I recommend you try to learn how to cook Karipap yourself and try to see how it tastes. Although I'm betting it probably won't taste as good as my mom's. And actually, whenever my mom makes it, she has to make it in a huge batch because everyone loves the Karipap she makes. So not only does she cook it for our family, but she also cooks it to order for some of our family friends. And when our family friends order them, they have to order 3 months in advance because there's such a demand for her Karipap. And actually, my mom's in the other room right now, in the kitchen, frying some regular Karipap in oil, just so we can compare it to how we fry it in the air fryer. The settings we're going to use are 15 minutes at 390 for the Karipap. And we're going to see how they turn out. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do a taste test, but you will be able to see how they differ in appearance, and I can also tell you how they taste differently. Before we continue, let me just say that we've never actually used an air fryer before. My mom got this suggestion of using an air fryer to fry the Karipap from her friend Auntie Laini. And Auntie Laini recommended the settings we're using, 15 minutes at 390. So hopefully we're going to go with that, and halfway through we're going to flip over the Karipap just to make sure it gets an even distribution of heating. So like I said, we've never used an air fryer before, so we're going to try our best. So first, let me take some tongs. Okay. These are buttered, by the way, that's why they look a bit wet. And we're going to place them inside of the basket. We're going to distribute them evenly, and what's important is to make sure that they're not overlapping, or else the cooking is not going to work as well, because if it cooks using heat of the air and it's being overlapped, that means that air is not going to contact it. So let me just put all these in there, and then I can order it around. Okay, Matt, do you think this looks nice, this arrangement? Okay. So now, we're going to put it back in. We're going to turn it on. And I'd say 15 minutes, but we're going to flip it halfway through. So maybe we should do 7 and we can count to 30. Air fry, 390, and then to 7.5 minutes. So if you guys have any advice for cooking using an air fryer, or just any advice in general for... So my mom interjected. She had something very important to mention. You can actually pause it, so we can set it to 15. I mean, I might as well just set it to 16 since we lost some heat. But I'm gonna set it to 15 just to go with what she said. And we're gonna start it. And as you're gonna see, the lights are gonna dim. And what was I saying before? Oh yeah, I remembered. If you guys have any tips for cooking using an air fryer or cooking Karipap using an air fryer, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm very interested to see how to use this air fryer, especially since we've never used it before. Like I said before, we got this tip from Auntie Laini, who actually used one of the Karipap she ordered from my mom to cook it in an air fryer. and she said it turned out pretty great. So we're gonna try it for ourselves and see how they turn out. Now, I'm just wondering, because like the air fryer, because the Karipap that my mom already makes is pretty good. I'm wondering if it's gonna be better or worse than the Karipap we make in the air fryer, because I've seen online that like sometimes air fryer doesn't turn out as well as it is when it's oil fried. But we'll see. Also, I heard some reviews online that there is a strong plastic smell that's emitted when the air fryer is cooking. I don't really smell that right now, but you'll see. If you want to find out more about this air fryer, we did a initial unboxing and first impression of the air fryer in our separate video, and Hizami actually popped up in that video. And in the video before that, we talked about his fridge. He's gonna take this fridge with him to MIT. Although I don't think he can bring the air fryer because they don't allow air fryers in the dorms. So if you're interested, go check out the videos on the air fryer unboxing and the fridge. Both Hizami and Bella appear in it. Oh, that's interesting. The lights went back online. So that means it probably uses the first like phase of power to draw in heat, and that's why it uses a lot of power. And as you can see, I guess it goes back into that phase in order to draw in more power. So let's let it cook, and in 5 minutes we're gonna come back and we're gonna turn the Karipap to make sure that it's evenly covered. Okay. Alright, so I mentioned earlier I didn't really smell a strong plastic smell coming from it, but now that it's actually cooking, there is a very strong plastic smell. Very noticeable, and my dad was saying it's probably because like the first time that you're cooking this is probably burning the coating for the ceramic. So definitely, if any of my viewers who want to try air frying out that have a strong latex allergy, it's probably not a good idea to use this air fryer because it does smell of plastic a lot. Also, we're gonna have to peel off that sticker when we take out the Karipap, and we should be able to take out the Karipap in about 13 seconds. We're gonna do 8 minutes instead of 7:30 just to keep the video going. Looks like, according to Bella, it doesn't look like Bella really likes the air fryer. So we'll see. So we're gonna pause it. I mean, after all, what's 30 seconds gonna do? Oh. Okay. You heard the boss. We're gonna turn it over. Whoa, you got the nice grill marks. Whoa. Okay, make sure that they don't overlap. It's especially hard with these ones because they slide around. But now we're going to put it back in. I noticed that it wasn't sealed completely. Like on this side, you can see it's like overlapping a bit. Hopefully that doesn't make a problem for the frying. Also, I'm going to peel this off while it's just cooking. Alright, so my dad said, why take off the sticker? Because it's not doing any harm. Because it's actually not that hot. And the reason I wanted to take off the sticker originally is because the instructions just say to take off all the stickers on the thing. But, I mean, this is a pretty useful reference guide for whatever you want to cook. It has all the temperature and all the times, so might as well keep it on there. So, I'm not going to take off that sticker. I also want to mention, in case you're interested, the reason that you should use an air fryer over a regular oil fryer is because when you're cooking with air, you're not using oil to cook something, which means that you use less fat and less grease than when you're cooking or frying food. According to the box, it says 75% less fat. So that means air frying is a much more healthier alternative than oil frying. So let's see if the taste is better or taste is worse. Alright, so you know, as for like the health benefits of it and like how good air frying is, my dad totally disagrees with it. He thinks that like all this like new stuff, this novelty stuff, is only good because of the research or the people that are contributing to it. Like before he was saying this example, not saying that I agree with it, but he's saying that like things like palm oil, they said it was good back then, and then now that the price is expensive, it's bad for you, according to the research. Things like red meat, they say that it was good before, now they say it's bad. Like even things like eggs, they used to say it was really good, now with research they're saying it's bad. And according to my dad's very skeptical of these kinds of things, so he's saying that maybe the same thing applies to air fryers. And you know, I kind of see the reasoning for it, because air fryers cook using convection, which is the movement of air through heat. I mean heat through air, which is sort of the same way that an oven works. So it's basically just baking the food. But because of some different science, the air fryer is doing something different than baking. But it remains to see just how much is changing, and hopefully this is a beneficial change, and my dad will see past his reservations for the air fryer. I mean, personally, I think it's one step towards a more healthier life. But if you guys have anything you're willing to contribute about the discussion of air fryer versus regular oil fryer in the comments, I'd love to hear it. But you know, you always gotta watch out for those people like Big Milk and Big Oil. They're always gonna try to mislead you. Alright, so I'll let my dad babble more about like how much he mistrusts the air fryer. Like he says, he thinks it's a gimmick. I kind of agree with him, but we're gonna see how it is in just a minute. And while we're waiting for it to cook, I guess I'll show you. This is the Karipap that my mom made through oil frying. And as you can see, it's a beautiful golden brown. And if you are curious, Karipap is actually dough with some potato, beef, and curry filling inside of it. And there's some secret ingredients, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say, but there's some secret ingredients that make the Karipap taste even better inside of this filling. And this is what the oil frying version looks like. And it tastes pretty good. Oh, that's good. You guys should try this. The thing is, you won't be able to find Karipap in normal grocery stores, and you might not be able to find it in even Malaysian grocery stores. But you might find it in Malaysian grocery stores, but not very likely. I definitely advise you guys try to learn how to cook it yourself. I'm going to move this over here so that when we compare it, we have a good place to compare it to. This is the cooling rack. You guys ready? Ooh. So it looks like we got that same color going on.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay, I'm worried about this plate. It might tip over. Whoa, that is... They got the color sort of right. The thing is, it's burnt around the edges. So, let's see. Let's get a closer look at this. See, the thing with the burnt edges, I think is like something you probably can't fix, because with the air fryer, it's like evenly distributed. Or, I mean, with oil, it's also evenly distributed. Huh, that's very interesting. So here's the all-around view. Hopefully I don't drop this Karipap. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut into it. In order to do that, I need to move this off a bit. Hold on, let me do this off camera. Okay, looks like you didn't even need that cooling rack. But let's just cut into it. Oh my god, that's crispy. Woo! So, like we said before, it is burnt on the edges, but on the inside, let's compare these two. It looks like they're cooked to similar degrees. Oh. It looks like it's got very similar colors. So far, I'm impressed. This one has a dark spot here. This one has a light spot here. And the way we could fix these burnt edges is to decrease the time. But I fear that decreasing the time would like make this white spot even whiter. So we'll have to figure out how to do that over the course of the next few weeks we use this, or the next few years. We'll see. But Geronimo. It's piping hot. So, the first thing I noticed about this is that the crunch with this one is much more satisfying. Like, it's more like you feel that crispiness. This one, it's more like a crunch, like a. But it's not too different actually. The textures are pretty similar, and the heat is just right. And there's also like a difference in taste, but I feel like that's just because of the difference in the batches. You know, right? Oh, wait, no, these are from the same batch. Oh wait, this one tastes a bit more bland than this one. So this one might not have been as cooked as much as this one because the potatoes, I can still kind of taste the potatoes in this one. How about we get my mom to test it out, and then we'll see with you in a bit. Okay, wanna try? So I had my my mom and my dad try it out. My dad said that there wasn't much of a difference. Actually, no. My dad said that this one did taste good. I mean, obviously he did say it with some like mixed feelings because he doesn't like air fryer. But he said this was really good. But when he tasted this, he noticed that it was a bit more flavorful than this one. It was more bland here, and that can be chalked up to the fact that this one doesn't use oil, which adds a bit of flavor. So maybe in the future when we're doing this, we might want to spray a bit more of the butter on it. Who knows if that will help out. But my mom tried it, and she said that she didn't really notice a difference. And you know, to be honest, like I could definitely see that if you didn't put these next to each other and you didn't know that you're comparing these, you would definitely like not be able to find a difference between the two, except for the burnt edges. Although to me that doesn't really matter, because here's a secret: I don't really eat the edges. I don't really like the crusts.
Impossible.
But here we have my brother Hizami here to taste test the Karipap. Though he's not much of a potato man, he's much more of a sardine man. But he's doing this
For science.
So here you go, Hizami. This is one of the Karipap.
I want to eat this one first.
Okay. Which one do you think that one is?
This is the one not cooked.
How do you know?
Because it's not burnt.
No, I shouldn't have told him.
Okay.
Okay, how would you rate that? Oh, I don't know. You didn't eat that.
It tastes normal.
So he's a neutral party because he doesn't like either of these.
Tastes the same. But I think this one's a little bit better.
Can you pinpoint why?
You can taste the potato a little bit more.
That's what I said. It tasted like the potato was a bit bland in the air fryer one. I guess it didn't permeate as well. Well, thanks, Hizami. I appreciate it. What if you had to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, not factoring that it's Mott's cooking and Mott's not listening, how would you rate it?
Which one?
Both of them.
Because it's potato, I'll give it a 7.
Higher than I expected. What about this one?
Below 7.
How would you rate this one?
11.
All right, Hizami. Thanks for appearing in my video.
Yeah.
He's gonna leave in a few weeks, so we're spending all the time we can with him. But anyway, I'm just really impressed with this this air fryer. It tastes really good, better than I expected, and it cooked better than I expected. Obviously, I expected it to be a bit burnt. You know, that does come with some air fryers. And I also expected it to be inconsistent with its cooking. Okay, Kopi, you wanna try? I did expect it to be inconsistent with its cooking, as you can see with the patterns on the Karipap. But it tasted good in the end. You wanna try? Kopi. Hey. Okay. I think he's interested in the surge protector. Okay, so if he passes by again, or she passes by, I don't know yet, then we'll give him a sniff. But overall, really good air fryer. My dad might need a bit more convincing before he like totally switches over to the air fryer, you know, because he still thinks it's a gimmick. But to me, this has pretty much won me over. I mean, there is a tiny little difference, but I believe that difference in taste can be ironed out with just adding more oil. Although I guess that kind of defeats the purpose. Well, we'll get back to you on it, and if you guys have any tips on cooking Karipap or just cooking in general with the air fryer, I'd love to hear them. So feel free to comment them down below. So I'm Aiman. You saw Hizami. This is Bella. And that's Kopi. Hey. Smell. Smell. Kopi is just trying to avoid. What do you think? Don't eat it because it. But what do you think? And as you can see, the cat walked away. So that means that she didn't really like it. Okay, so I'm Aiman. This is Bella. You saw Hizami, and that's Kopi. And thanks for watching. Today we did a test of our new Ninja Air Fryer. And if you're curious about the unboxing and the first impressions of it, check out my other video on it. We'll link it down in the description below. And we'll see you there. But for now, please like, comment, subscribe, and look at other videos on EyeOnAiman, especially the videos featuring Hizami, the air fryer, and the product reviews and showcases. But for now, I'm Aiman, and signing out.